Hello to each and every one of you. My name is Oladapo Onadipe. Tonight, we're going to have our two-day boot camp starting. Tonight is the 30th day of September, so we're going to have it today and tomorrow. Our time is 9 p.m. West African time, and that's about 3 p.m. Eastern. So I want to welcome each and every one of you. My name is Oladapo Onadipe. I'm a Forex trader, but before I became a Forex trader, I am a medical doctor. I'm a medical doctor and I'm an eye specialist. And what I do is to help people see and see clearly. However, my eyes also had its own skills fall off some years back when opportunity came my way and I was able to grab it. So tonight we're going to start our two-day boot camp and I want to welcome every one of you. You can still join us on the Zoom because we're primarily on Zoom, but those of you on IG, you are also welcome. So what's the boot camp all about? Some of you may be wondering, why are we doing a boot camp? Well, it's really an opportunity to be able to break down what Forex is. That's basically what I want to be able to achieve. There are quite a number of you who, you're looking at it. You want to know more about Forex. You want to be able to trade and all of that, but you don't really know what it entails. So through this boot camp, we're going to break it down for you so that you have an idea of what, it's all about. And that can help you to make up your mind. I'm somebody that likes to talk about financial literacy and financial education, because these are things that are not taught in school. And so a lot of people, they grow up, they've gone to school, they've, acquired one certificate, one degree or the other, and basically they are programmed to, work at a job. That's all they've been programmed for. It's like, you've been, remote controlled. Let me use that word. And all you just doing is you want to just, look for a job and then, get paid. Some get paid weekly, some every 2 weeks, and some maybe monthly. But what you now see is that despite your work, your take home most times never takes you home. Because before the end of the month, you see a situation in which, your salary cannot cover all your expenses. You take care of the rents, especially those in, in other climes, where you pay rent monthly. So you take care of your rent, you take care of your groceries, you take care of your electricity, your insurance, and so many other things. And by the time, you've ticked off all the box, you see that there is hardly any, thing left. And then you are now, faced with that challenge. How do you, live, the whole month? And for most people, they are only doing what we call hand to mouth. They just try to get by. Some will get a loan. Some will get some extra money, maybe from friends or, whoever they can. And that keeps them going to the end of the month. Because for some people, by the 15th, by the 20th of the month, their salary is gone. And so this is how quite a number of people live their lives. We call it the rat race. And you see, if that is your situation that I've just, painted, for how long do you want to cope with that? It's very difficult and challenging. And so most times you end up canceling a lot of things that you may want to do. You think of vacation, you cancel it. You think of maybe going to watch a sports event, maybe of a team that you love, you cancel it. You think of getting a jersey of your club, you say it's not worth it, you know. We all know that it's worth it, but you don't have the money, so you keep canceling. And that is the kind of life that a lot of people live. So you need financial education. And so I would recommend that you go out and look for this education. It's something I like teaching and I speak about it all the time. But tonight and during this boot camp, I'm really focusing on Forex education. What is Forex? Some of us may ask. It's basically foreign exchange. It means that, you know, you are exchanging currencies. So take, for example, last month, I was in the UK and, you know, I live in Nigeria and I was in the UK. So before I, you know, went to the UK, I needed to exchange some Naira in order to get some pounds. So take, for example, maybe when I was leaving, I exchanged some Naira to get the pounds. And then I traveled to the UK. And, you know, after my vacation, I came back home. If I had some pounds with me, you know, I can't spend pounds in Nigeria. So I needed to exchange it back into Naira. But the interesting thing was that I exchanged the rates when I was going and the rates when I came back were different. But the beauty of it was that the rate when I came back was higher than the rate when I was going. So when I changed my pounds to Naira, I had more money than what I used to exchange in, you know, traveling. So in a little way, I'd made some profit there. And so that's, in a simple way, is what foreign exchange is all about, you know, exchanging currencies. But it's more than that simplified way, because now it's been developed in a way that, you know, you could go online and you could do the same exchange. And by doing that exchange, knowing what currencies, you know, to trade in, you could make some money. And so the beautiful thing in foreign exchange and in Forex trading is that it's an opportunity for you to earn online. Before now, that opportunity was not open to everyone. This kind of opportunity was only open to the big banks, to the conglomerates, to the central banks of nation, and to hedge fund managers. These were the people that, you know, were involved in trading in the foreign exchange. And you'll be surprised that even when you ask some people who work in the bank, they don't even know that their bank is involved in foreign exchange. The reason being that most of these things are done in the head office, and there are people who are trained, skilled, they are well paid, you know, to handle this part of the business for the bank, and they make a lot of returns for the bank. The unfortunate thing is that when the bank makes the return, you that keep your money in your accounts, they pay you pittance. Maybe in a year, they can give you 3 to 5% return on your investments. Why don't you learn this skill and do what the banks are doing and then earn, you know, in the foreign exchange market? So the foreign exchange market gives you that opportunity to earn. It is the largest financial market in the whole world. It does about 6.5 trillion. I'm going to say that again. It does about $6.5 trillion every day. So you can see how huge the market is. The beautiful thing is that individuals like you and I can also acquire the skill sets. And with these skill sets, you can also trade in the largest financial market. If you're excited let me see a 5 on that chart. If that excites you, let me see a 5 on that chart. You know, having an opportunity to be able to do this on your own. And not just to do this on your own from the comfort, you know, of your homes. So you can learn the same skill and you can, you know, be able to trade on your own. And so the whole essence of this bootcamp is to sensitize some of you to know that there is an opportunity for you to earn online. So yes, you have your 9 to 5, which is good because that is what helps you to be able to earn. But earning only as an employee is not the best because a lot of things could happen. I remember I saw a video and they were showing one of these companies that was laying off about 400, 500, 1,000 of his employees. And of course, you know, with artificial intelligence, a lot of jobs are going to be outsourced. You know, I was with someone who is on the call and we were in Wales together and we went shopping. And she was trying to avoid, you know, doing self-service in the shops. You know, most times we got there, she would call one of the staff and ask them to, you know, sort out our bills and things like that. And I was asking her, you know, you can do it yourself. She said yes, but she wants to make sure that those people have a job, which is good. But you see, because of the destructive innovation from technology, artificial intelligence is now making it very, very easy for you and I to go to shops and do self-service. So you swipe all your items on the shopping cart, and then, you know, all the amount, you know, is right in front of you. And you can use your card and make payments. If you want to use cash, you can also use your cash and they will even give you change. So because of things like this, a lot of people are losing their jobs. Of course, these days, there are also cars that don't even need drivers. So they just, you know, you just hail them and then they come and pick you and there is no driver in the car. So that is the way the world is moving. And what does that mean? It means that a lot of people will lose their jobs. That's just the reality of it. You know, some of us are still struggling with that. And we're asking questions. So what happens to people when they lose their job? Well, I'll leave you to answer that question. But I'm sure you don't want to find yourself in that situation because I've lost my job before. And I know how difficult it is when you lose a job to get another one. In fact, when I lost my job, the jobs I was seeing, I was overqualified for them. So even though people wanted to hire me, but they couldn't pay my worth. So I had to settle to work 2 days a week because the only person who wanted to employ me at that point in time could only pay me to work for 2 days in a week. If I work more than 2 days, she can't afford my services. So I had to be working 2 days a week just, you know, to, you know, go by. And that's the only way she could pay. And even with that, the month will come to an end and we start, you know, having to do a lot of back and forth before she could still pay my money. So what I'm bringing out is that it's a terrible thing for you to lose your job. But with the way technology is going, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs because there's so much from technology that will make people redundant. You don't want to wait for that. You don't want to get to a situation where, you know, first off, your salary is not enough, then you now lose that job. Of course, you know, if you do, your self-worth is going to receive a big blow because now, you know, you're going to become dependent and start looking for people to help you. before you get into that situation or before things really, really degenerate into that, can you learn a skill set that can pay you for the rest of your life? That skill set is what I'm showing you tonight, and it's in the foreign exchange market. You see, this foreign exchange market gives you an opportunity to trade from the comfort of your home. You see, 4 years ago, I knew nothing about Forex trading. Absolutely nothing. I was a novice. I didn't know what I didn't know. However, I got a call from a friend who asked me to come and look at this opportunity. And after I looked at it, it looked interesting, but I wasn't still sure because I had never done any business as a digital entrepreneur. I'd done quite a number of brick and mortar businesses, but nothing in the digital space. So I was a bit skeptical. And I remember we were on a three-way call, she, our own leader, and then myself. And I remembered very well, the leader on that call asked me, if you were asked to pay 3,000 naira a day to learn a skill set that can, change your finances for the better for the rest of your life, do you think it will be worth it? I'm telling you, when he asked that question, it was like asking me, if you were asked to pay maybe $1 or $2 a day to learn a skill set that can pay you for the rest of your life, will it be worth it? And I answered, yes, it will be worth it. And with that answer, I told them to sign me up. And that was how I got started. For some of you, the amount you need to learn the skill may be $1 a day, maybe $2, maybe $5. I don't know how much that is in your environment, but that may just be all the sacrifice financially you need to make. And for me, it was worth it. So I got started. But don't forget, I don't have any idea about, things relating to finances. And online, I mean. And I had a lot of obstacles. I'll list some of them. Reason being that some of you allow your obstacles to become barriers to you succeeding. The first one was that I didn't have a robust internet. For me to be able to, go online, and we weren't using Zoom. We are using something more advanced than Zoom. So without a robust internet, the whole thing would just be lagging behind. I had to get a very robust internet, and I paid, they came and installed the facility in my house, and I paid, to be able to get it. Then afterwards, there was the challenge of constant electricity. And so I had to always make sure I had fuel in the house for the generator so that I could always, have, access to the sessions. Worse still, the sessions were at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., early in the morning. So imagine waking up and having to go and, put on the generator in order to join the session. Also, because the lectures were at 2, 3, 4 a.m., those were odd hours when I should be sleeping. I had to sacrifice my sleep in order to come and learn. And some of the educators didn't speak English. Some of them were Spanish and, other languages like that. So I had to learn basic Ventra and, basic language in order to be able to fit into their classes. So I had so many reasons to quit, like so many people that also joined around that time. But I didn't, because I told myself, if I don't learn this skill that has the potential to pay me for the rest of my life, will I continue, just doing 9 to 5, going from paycheck to paycheck? Will that allow me to live the kind of life I want to? Will it allow me to retire rich and early enough? These are the dreams I have. I don't know what dreams you have, but these are the dreams I have. And because I eventually, I put in the shifts, everything is, coming together now. It took me some time to learn. I'm sharing some of these things because if not for boot camp, I may not be able to go this deep. But it took me some time to learn. In fact, I could say it had taken me like 5 months for me to really understand what I was doing and be able to take a trade on my own. And then confident enough to also be able to, teach others in my group. And, that really was my story. My story was different from someone else. Everybody has their own story. But one thing I told myself was that I was going to give myself 12 to 18 months to succeed in this place. Because I told myself, if I was going to do an MBA, Masters in Business Admin, I would also need, say, between 12 to 24 months. But the difference was that I'll probably, have to travel to do the program. I will pay maybe like 15,000, 20,000 pounds for the education. I will get a house, abroad where I'll be living. I'll dislocate myself from my family. For that period, I won't be earning. I'll probably take, a sabbatical from my work to be able to go and learn. So I looked at all of that. And then when I was asked to make a payment, I did a mental calculation. What we were paying in the academy then, I would only need to pay $4,000 for the 2 years. And then maybe internet and some other thing, maybe maximum $5,000. I was willing to go the whole hog because I know that if I invest $5,000 to acquire this skill and I can learn it and own it, the kind of money I can make, the kind of lifestyle I can live, I mean, it will be what I really desire. And so I put in all to it. And by the time I was a year on the platform I joined, I'd already known how to trade. My skill was well known. And the company that I became a student, they now eventually employed me as an educator. And that was how I started, my life education. And, in a short while, the strategy that I was teaching was the wave of the moment on the platform that I was on. And I remembered we started May 2021. That was when I started, on the global stage. It's an American company. And by October that same year, I already had 30,000 subscribers, watching my session, joining my daily trading, and people were earning because we had a very simple strategy. I won't talk about that strategy today. That's for tomorrow. And so eventually, that was what propelled me to the global stage. And today, I'm able to, help people to be able to learn this skill that is able to pay you for the rest of your life. So that's in a nutshell my story. And I'm sharing this story so that you can know that if I can do it, you can also do it. Now, this opportunity has changed my life because now I work, at my own terms. Yes, I have a clinic, but I'm not under pressure because even if I don't work in the clinic, I can still make money. the end of July, the whole of August, I was out of the clinic. I was on a 6-week leave, and I wasn't in clinic. I wasn't doing surgery, and yet I was traveling the whole world. Within that period, I was on vacation, and I and my wife, we visited quite a number of countries. Within 5 weeks, I was in Canada, and I was in 4 other countries, within Europe. So 5 countries I visited in 5 weeks, but that's not really the story. I did a tour of 4 countries in 3 days. It was mind-blowing, but that's another story for another day. But I was able to do this because I have an opportunity online to earn, So even though I wasn't at work physically, I could trade online. I could teach my students online. And within that period also, like I told someone, I used all the means of transport. So I used train, I used bus, I used a car, I was on a ship, I was on the plane. It was just wow and a wonderful time to enjoy vacation. Of course, going on vacation is not a cheap thing, but because I'm a digital entrepreneur, I earn online, I earn from trading, and I have other areas I also earn online. So because of that, I was able, to enjoy my vacation. And now, because of this opportunity, I'm able to live life at my terms. So if time and financial freedom is what you desire, I want to enjoin you to think strongly about Forex trading. Let me also let you know that some people want to learn, but they are not willing to pay the price. If that is you, I'm sorry, I may not be able to help you, because truly this opportunity is not for everyone. So you have to determine if it's for you. Some people come and they say, give me guarantee. Can you guarantee me I will make money? Can you guarantee me I will be successful? Can you guarantee me I will make X, Y amount of money in 1 week, in 1 month? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, I can't guarantee you. Because I guaranteed myself that if I stayed here long enough, I'll make enough money to help me live the kind of life I want to live. Can you guarantee yourself? If you can guarantee yourself, put a 7 on that chart. If you can guarantee yourself, put a 7 on that chart. Tomorrow we'll be showing you the kind of results that we have in the academy. I won't go into that today. But all I'm telling you is that, can you guarantee yourself that you are willing to stay in the academy long enough to be able to, enjoy the success that you want? For some people, they can learn the skill, maybe 3 to 6 months, they're comfortable. For some, it's 6 to 1 year. For some, it's 1 to 2 years. And for some, it's even above 2 years. So I don't know when everything will come together for you. But in Forex trading, there are 3 things that are key. One is the skill sets. Please put it on the chart. Skill. Put it on that chart. That's the first one, the skill. And this is where I'm going to bury everything tonight. If you're also on IG, let me see and be sure you are there. Put skill on that chart. So that's the first thing, the skill sets. And all I can assure you is that in this academy, you will learn the skill. You will learn the skill because we have a strategy that is proven with a high win ratio. Tomorrow, like I said, I'll talk more about the results and you'll see all of that. We also have an academy where even if you know nothing about Forex, you'll be able to watch the videos. the recorded videos. And by watching those videos, you will move from a novice to a beginner to an intermediate and to an advanced Forex trader. So you will get the skill. You would also be able to join our live market analysis. And we have sessions every day, where you'll be able to join our live market analysis. Monday, we have our mindsets and then our teaching session. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have our secure the bag, where we go into the market and, we look for opportunities and, we earn from the markets. And Fridays, we do the spiritual side of success. Some people, they think Friday is not a trading day, so it's not an important day. When you come into the academy, you know how important the Friday session is and the Monday session is also. So the skill sets, but let me tell you, because most people, when they come, they say, show me this, show me that, show me this, show me that. How do I trade? How do I open broker? How do I do this? How do I do that? They are all good. But ladies and gentlemen, that skill is only 10% of the whole story. Put 10% on that chart. Put 10% on that chart. So the skill you're looking for, which you will get in the academy, is only 10% of what you need in order to be a profitable trader. Because here, we want you to be profitable. We want you to be an independent trader, someone that can trade on your own. Even if the educator is not there, you can go onto the market, analyze, and make money on your own. And even if the educator sends an idea, you know what to do. If he gives you an assignment, you know what to do. So that's only 10%. Now, the second part is the money management. And money management is 30%. Can I see 30% on the chart? So money management is 30%. And this is where a lot of people, they mess it up. Because before you go into the trade, you already have assessed your risks. And you know what amount to put in the trade. And based on that, on the risks you would encounter, exposing the right amount of money, 1 to 3% of your equity, then you can trade fearlessly, knowing that when things don't look much in place, you can go with 1%. And when things look better off, or the parameters, they look so sound, then we can do 2 to 3%. Knowing that for account growth, all you need is more wins than lessons. I'm going to say that again. All you need in account growth is more wins than lessons. So if you have 2 lessons with 1% equity, and you have 3 wins with 3% equity, at the end of that day, excuse me, at the end of that day, your account will have grown because you understand money management and you were able to manage money. But if you don't understand money management and you lose 2 trades with 3%, and you win 3 with 1%, at the end of the day, you only leave the market with less money in your account. So we'll talk a bit more about that also as we go on. So just know that money management is 30%, and you must know how to manage your money in the markets. And finally, the one that, people come to the session and they say, what are they even doing today? No trading. They are just talking. This and that and that. That is the mindset session. And that amounts for 60%. So, ladies and gentlemen, just look at everything. 10% for skill, 30% for money management, and 60% for mindset. If you want to be a distinction candidate, and they say you have three papers to write. 1, skill set, 10%. 2, money management, 30%. And 3, mindset, 60%. And they tell you that all of them are compulsory. If you now spend the whole, maybe it's a 1-hour paper, and you decided to spend 50 minutes writing on skill sets, and at the end of the day, you use 10 minutes to write on money management and mindsets. Ladies and gentlemen, put on that chart. 1, you will pass that paper. 2, you will have a failure. Put it on that chart, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to score yourself. I want you to score yourself, assuming you were that candidate. You spent 50 out of 60 minutes to take care of skill sets, and you wrote all you knew about skill sets, talked about Bollinger Band, you talked about Fibonacci, you talked about strategies, you talked about binary, you talked about regular Forex, you talked about crypto, you talked about all of them. And then you spend 5 minutes each on money management and on mindsets. You scored yourself rightly. And that's what a lot of people do. They spend so much time to learn the how. And then money management and mindsets, they don't even give it time. And then they start wondering, how come my account is not growing? How come I'm not making progress? And then soon they get disillusioned. They throw in the towel. And then they join the group of those who say Forex trading is a scam. People never make money. Well, the truth is that only 10% of people ever become profitable traders. So I must let you know that before you get started. Only 10%. So it means that it is it's a survival race. But the good thing is that if you have the strategy right and you can handle your money management and your mindset, you can be part of that 10%. So those are some of those things you need to have at the back of your mind. And because we're having this boot camp tonight, I'm breaking it down so that as we are discussing, you are asking yourself, am I ready for this journey? Because it's a journey. The destination is to be able to earn enough for you to be able to live the lifestyle you want and be able to have time and financial freedom. If those two things matter to you, they matter a lot to me, because what I want to start doing, when I retire, is to be able to travel the whole world, visit a lot of nations, and, just enjoy, sights, meet people, visit places, and all of that. And I would say I've started this year, because this year I've visited 8 countries, 3 in Africa, 5 in Europe, and 1 in America. And that's just the starting point, because next year I want to see how I can do better than that. And so over the next, say, 10 years, I want to see if I can visit 100 countries. That is what I desire, you know, but I'm not going to be bothered about work because I can work online. I can work from anywhere. Once I have internet and I have my laptop, I can work from anywhere. I'm not going to be bothered about money because as I work online trading, I am earning. And with that money, I can, travel the world. That is what I want. I don't know what you want. I don't know what your desires are. But if time and financial freedom is what you want, trading in the largest financial market can help you achieve that. Just before I round up, I have one of my students here. She's been with me for a while. Interestingly enough, she's visited me in Nigeria twice. And this year, I made sure I visited her also in Wales. And I visited her with my wife. She is someone who has learned the strategy. And she's able to, trade on her own. And so, Kate, if you're in a good place, I want you to unmute and then please go right ahead and share your experience in the
Thank you.
position.
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm quite surprised that doctor's asked me to speak because he usually tells me I go on too long. So I've been given 5 minutes, so I'll do my best. I first came across Dr. Oladapo back in May 2021 when he became an educator on the previous platform. And so I've been trading with him since. And I'll talk a bit first about how we actually met, even though we were trading. It was June 2022. He'd put a post on IG of one of his daughters. It was her birthday. And I messaged him saying, "You're blessed in all areas of your life. Your daughter's beautiful." And he came back with a comment, "When you're close to God, that's what you get." And in my ignorance, I asked him if he was a vicar or a pastor. To which the reply I got was, "I think we need to talk." So we did a Zoom call, we spoke, and we were on this call for about an hour. And after about a quarter of an hour into the call, he started to speak about God. And I said, "I'm not being rude, but I don't do God." So the conversation went here and there. And he came back to God and just said, "Can I pray for you?" So I explained the reason. It was a family issue that I didn't do God. From when I was about the age of 15, something happened. And so we carried on with the conversation. He said, "Can I pray for you?" Which he did. And we left the call, and he said to me before we left, "Wonderful things will happen in your life." And I thought, okay, that's nice. And that was that. And then, so we got on with our lives. I continued to follow him. And in August of that year, whilst we were with this other academy, he disappeared off the platform. And I'd been trading with him for over a year, but I'd not really studied it. I was just copy pasting. This is good, I'm making money, but I wasn't learning. And he disappeared off the platform for a few days because he'd been so busy, he hadn't renewed his contract. And at that point, when he came back, I realized I really got to knuckle down and study. So anyway, we were still trading on his sessions. And then there was one day he'd gone to Luanda with some other educators to teach some people. And he was explaining how different it was in Luanda to Lagos. And he was talking about driving experiences. And he said his wife told him when he gets into the car in Lagos, that he turns into the devil. And I put on the chat, "It'd be lovely to experience your driving skills." To which he replied, "Anybody's welcome anytime." Now, within this period, I'd been watching him trade and learning. I'd also been following him on the spiritual side of success. And I was fascinated the way that each time on that session, he would relate something from the Bible to everyday life. And it's something I'd never associated previously. And so my fascination for that was growing. And after his comment about anybody could visit any time, I just found myself looking at the cost of flights to Nigeria. And so we arranged, and it turned out that I went to visit in April 2023, and I had the most amazing time. And he's actually changed my life through watching him on the spiritual side of success. And so then with the academy, when he decided last year that he was no longer going to be on the other platform and he opened his own academy, it was obviously that I was going to follow him and move to that. And I found with my trading experience, I'd just grown in many, many ways, but I didn't listen. That was my biggest failing. I wouldn't listen to him. I didn't say in the beginning that I'm actually I've been divorced for 28 years, and you can imagine a woman living on my own. I wasn't used to anybody telling me what to do. And so when he was saying what we needed to do and what we didn't need to do, I found that really difficult. So you can imagine we had a lot of heated discussions on WhatsApp about why I wasn't being successful with the trading. And finally, I realized I'd got to listen to him. And as I started to listen, my account started to grow, my skill set improved, and it's just been an absolute magical time. And now it's just, for me, it's the best thing ever that I get up in the morning, we have a trading session, or sometimes it's in the afternoon, but it's become part of my life. And it's just an amazing feeling where, because when I was in Nigeria, I went to church with him and his wife, who's an amazing lady. And we went to church and I experienced something I'd never experienced before. It was the most magical thing to go there. And so when I came back to the UK, he kept telling me, you need to find a church. Okay. So I finally found a church. And when he visited me in Wales a few weeks ago, we actually went to church, and it was quite magical for the three of us to be there. And it has absolutely changed my life. So when he's talking about 60% of mindset is what you need to go alongside the trading skills, is absolutely correct. And I've experienced that. And by listening to him and following his teaching in that way, my mindset has grown massively. And I can now apply everything that he's telling me to do. And I'm now reaping the benefits. So yeah, all I can say is it's not a quick fix. It's probably taken me longer than most because I wouldn't listen, and it's my own fault. But for anybody who really wants to get into this, just give it time. I mean, I'm the proof of that. I've given it time, and now it's really paying off for me. I'm older than most people on the platform, but I just had the determination that I was going to do it. And so this year then I was able to visit again to Nigeria in February. So I had another amazing experience. And then when Doc came over in August and stayed with me for a while with his wife, we actually went to Ireland as well. So, and whilst we were there, we were traveling, we both got our laptops and we were having trading sessions while we were away. And it's just the most amazing thing that once you've got that skill, nobody can take it away from you. So all I can say is stick to it, because he's the best teacher you could ever wish to have.
Awesome. So thank you very much, Kate, for sharing your own experience before this Surgical Precision Academy and in the academy. So Kate is already 70, and age is no barrier. And still at that age, she's putting in all the effort and she's seeing the results. The result is account growth and withdrawal, of money from the trading account. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have tonight on day one of the boot camp. If you've gotten massive value, can I see 7 on that chart? You've gotten massive value tonight. Can I see 7 on that chart? And in rounding up, I'm just going to tell you, if you are here and you haven't gotten started, you are here, you are not part of the Surgical Precision Academy, then you're missing out. We'll give you an opportunity to get started. To get started in the academy so that you can join us, even if you are new, you will definitely learn and then eventually be able to earn. But to get started in the academy, for those who are here tonight, it will only take you $200. It may look much to some people, but if you do 5 days a week, that's 20 trading days a month. With the $200, it comes to $10 a day. You know, $10 a day. That's what somebody would earn during an hour. But imagine you are investing that into yourself. You can imagine what you can reap at the end of the day. So you are here, you are not part of the academy. I'm giving you that opportunity. You can get started tonight, pay your fee, and then be part of the academy. And from there, you start learning. And as you learn, ultimately, you will be able to earn. So that's what we have for tonight on day 1 of the boot camp. We'll be here again tomorrow, 9 p.m. West African time. And that will be 3 p.m. Eastern time. So invite your friends, invite your loved ones. Tomorrow, I'm going to be breaking down the results that we have had, you know, and you'll be able to see how our win ratios are, so that you would be able to judge for yourself. If I can trade and earn with this win ratio, where will I be by the end of this year? So that is food for thought. If you are here, you are not part of our general Telegram group, you are on IG, just go to my bio, you'll see the link, click on it, and join our general Telegram group, where we'll be dropping the link for tomorrow's session, so that you can see the results. Yes, you can hear me, you can see me, but we're on Zoom, and that's where, you know, I'm going to show everything tomorrow, and you don't want to miss out. And for those also who are here, this will be recorded. This is being recorded, and you can have access to it. It will also be dropped on the Telegram group, so that, you know, you can also go and watch it again, listen to some nuggets I've released tonight. And tomorrow we'll be here for day 2. But you don't need to wait tomorrow to get started. From what you've had tonight, you inspired enough, you encouraged enough, get back to whoever invited you and get started. You know why? Life rewards action. So I love you all, and I would see you at the top, for you know what they say, the bottom is way, way too crowded. Have a beautiful night rest. Bye-bye.